Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman. We have an afternoon ball game. The Boston Red Sox at the Minnesota Twins. We're running just a little bit late. We're going to start in about 10 minutes. I'll have the lineups for you very shortly. Hey Ron, how are you? Great to see you. I just announced we're running just a little bit late. We're going to be starting in about 8 minutes. Rhodes Scholar, glad to see you. We're going to play ball. We've got to start in about 7 minutes here. Running just a little late. Kathy Harden, welcome. Running just a little late. I got about 6 minutes here till I'm able to begin. I'm actually eating something. Oh. Oh. No, I wish, Ron. I really wish. Swedish meatballs. Frozen. But it's pretty good. Almost good as my mother's. My mother was the greatest cook. And I'm not kidding. I mean, it was a hobby. I mean, she had cookbooks and what an unappreciative kid I was. She'd always have to ask me, how is it? Another one of my regrets. It's very hood. I'd like to eat before I ingest cannabis. It's a little backwards, but that's the way I like it. You're the same way? Oh. Oh. Yeah. I lived my life all wrong. Oh. Greetings, everybody. Oh. Greetings, everybody. We are at Municipal Stadium in Minneapolis for the second of a three-game series between the Boston Red Sox and the Minnesota Twins. It'll be Nagy with 9 wins for the Red Sox and Dave Boswell with 19 wins, going to become, with a win, the first 20-game winner in the American League. Marichal has already won 22 in the National League. Both are right-handers. Leading off for the Red Sox is Sid O'Brien at third base. Batting second, Mike Andrews at second. Yastrzemski batting third and left. Reggie Smith in center field, he's at cleanup. Rico Petrocelli at short, batting fifth. Tony Conigliaro batting sixth in right. It's Dalton Jones at first, batting seventh. Jerry Moses, the catcher, batting eighth. And Mike Nagy, who's pitched some really good games. He was 12-2 in real world. For the Twins, we hear that Rod Carew is due to come back in about 2 or 3 games. He's been out for quite a while with a fracture. And the Twins have still gone on to win 90 games thus far. Ulander leads it off in center. It's Cesar Tovar at second base. Tony Oliva batting third in right. Harmon Killebrew, the cleanup hitter, at third. Rich Reese will play first and bat fifth. Greg Nettles batting sixth in left. John Roseborough batting seventh and catching. Leo Cardenas, the shortstop, batting eighth. And Dave Boswell, the pitcher, batting ninth. And we invite you to cozy up here, make yourself comfortable however you do so, and join us here on the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network from Studio B in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, broadcasting remotely and virtually through YouTube. And yes, indeed, it's a beautiful mid-afternoon for a ball game. And I really am appreciative of all of you coming here. In all sincerity, I know I kid around a lot, but the companionship I get from you all is very important to me. And I want you to know how much it's appreciated. It turns out I've lost interest in my other online activities, such as the live ones, such as Twitter Spaces or X Spaces. I do them anyway sometimes, but I'm not getting much reinforcement for it. And if you think, thank you, Ron, thank you, Rhodes Scholar, if you think I'm doing this for altruistic reasons, I don't think that's right. I'm doing it because I like it. It's if you also appreciate it, that's great. You know, there's a great psychologist named Paul Bloom at Yale University, and he theorizes that there is no altruism, and let's cut through that and understand where the motivation lies for our helping behaviors, because we get something out of it. I know that's a pretty controversial idea. I'm going to enjoy a little dose of my medicine as the managers, Billy Martin, and I think it's still Dick Williams for the Red Sox, I'm not sure, meet at home plate to exchange their lineup cards. Yes, Kathy Harden, especially you. Oh. And the Twins take the field. Boswell on the mound. Roseboro catching. Reese at first. Tovar at second. Killebrew at third. It's Cardenas at short. Outfield left to right. Nettles, Eulander, and Tony Oliva. And leading it off for the Red Sox, and we know Kathy's for the Twins, it's Sid O'Brien. Boswell is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to O'Brien. 5'11", right-handed. It's a base hit up the middle on the first pitch. And O'Brien is on first. Here's Mike Andrews. He's an A bunter. Well, what's an A bunter for? With O'Brien on first and no outs. Only one thing. He lays it down. The infield was in. He makes him a B. It's a 9B, and I think it's going to be good. Yes, it is. It's hit to third. Killebrew fields it and only can go to first. And O'Brien is on second with one out in scoring position for Karl Yastrzemski. I think there's a afternoon game with Aqualung. Just to let you know. For 5:15 p.m. And I don't know if we'll be done with our game, but that one is the Detroit Tigers at the Boston Red Sox, 1966, April 19 originally. And that should be an interesting ball game. I enjoy being just an observer. And that was some game yesterday, wasn't it? He had with the with the Senators. Here's Karl now. From the stretch, Boswell. And that's going to be 210 right-handed. It's hit deep by Karl. Way back, and it's a 2-run home run. It's a dead center. Boy, did he knock the Louis out of that. And the Boston Red Sox, that's the thing about Karl. I haven't talked about this too much, but he only hit 255 this year. He had 603 at-bats, 40 home runs. He consistently hits the homers. He's a one and left. I mean, you know, he's still great. A 2-run home run by Karl Yastrzemski here in the first. For Karl, that's number 34. He had 40 in real world. Can you imagine he hit that many home runs in my replay? Day in, day out. He knocks them out consistently. That was a 210 clean. I am so sorry. That is 35 home runs. I had forgotten to update the standings section. That's helpful. That's actually a fail-safe way to do it, Dan, when I noticed that. Karl Yastrzemski with his 35th home run of the season. See, it's correct on the regular list. And the lack of that one indicated just a failure to so it's one out, nobody on, and here's Reggie Smith. Yeah, that Yastrzemski, Kathy, he's burned many a team. Here's Reggie Smith, switch hitter, batting left. Boswell throws 6-6, grounds it to second. Tovar to Reese, 2 away. And here's Rico. I'm convinced playing Strat-O-Matic can help cognitive processes, meaning someone like me, 65, with pretty much age-appropriate cognitive decline, can keep sharp playing this game. 2 outs, nobody on. Rico Petrocelli is the batter. Here's Boswell. That's 5-5 right-handed, and he struck him out. So the side is retired. There were 2 runs, though, on a single, a sacrifice, and then the home run by Yastrzemski. And after a half, it's Boston nothing, and Minnesota coming up. Kathy Harden for the Twins. As we prepare for the bottom of the second here on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. Well, Mike Nagy is the new pitcher. Nagy going for his 10th win has turned out to be a valuable pitcher in this rotation. And leading it off for the Twins will be Ted Uhlaender, left-handed hitter. Here's Nagy now. That's 1-7, and that's a base hit for Uhlaender to lead it off. Uhlaender a B, 1-10. Now Tovar. Uhlaender being held. It's really tough to do it in Strat-O-Matic. You could go 1, 2, and 3, hold them. 4, 5, and 6, don't hold them, don't steal. I'm going to do that on now on. It's being held. Because there are decision-making processes that one cannot do solo. You could break it up. You could go and experiment. You can go hold them. Well, you can make the decision. Once he's being held, then you can make an unbiased decision. Here's Tovar now. He's a B bunter. Here's the pitch. Swinging away. 6-7. And he lines it to third, caught by O'Brien. 1 out. Here's Tony O. From the stretch, Nagy. 6-8, left-handed, walked him. So the Twins have first and second, and the go-ahead run in Harmon Killebrew. He's pretty powerful himself. He's been underperforming a little bit this year. I guess not too much, no. Harmon has 37 home runs, cross-checked. Here's Nagy now from the stretch. That's going to be 5-2 right-handed. Grounds it to third. It's O'Brien to Andrews and over to Dalton Jones for a double play. So the side is retired. It's no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 left. We've gone 1. It's a 2-0 ball game. I guess it is a good idea for me to go steady in this game and finish by the time Steve's game begins. That's 5:15 p.m. If you like Strat-O-Matic, by all means, check him out. Steve Aqualung, or Aqualung Steve. Here's Boswell now in his second inning. Tony C is the leadoff batter. Two very, very strong hitting lineups and 2 very good pitchers. The pitch to Tony. Whoa! That didn't go in. It's a reroll. 65-year-old man playing with dice. Nothing wrong with being playful, right? 6-5 right-handed, taps it to short. Yeah. That's going to be for Cardenas 233. 2-2, it's an S1. $33 for Eulander. Whoa! That's 11-14. And that's going to be a base hit, a leadoff single by Tony. I might switch back to the advanced fielding. I see that Steve's doing that, and it seems to be pretty good. I think the super advanced turns out to be just a wee bit more realistic and also variable, which is also realistic. Here's Dalton Jones now. It's Tony on first. From the stretch, Boswell. That's 6-3 left-handed. Fly ball left X. That'll be for Nettles. He's a 3-4. That's an F2. Just slows you down a tad. He's going to be a E4. That'll be 6-12-14, 4-14. And he makes the catch on an F2, and the runner holds. 1 away. And here's Jerry Moses. My God, the market is now shedding its gains for the day. Typical. Okay, Boswell. He looks in. Here's the pitch to Moses. That's 2-6. And that is a liner to third, caught by Killebrew. And that's a very nice play. Killebrew. Remarkably nimble on that. 2 away, and here's Nagy. And that's 5-8, right-handed. And there is a base hit for Nagy. Tony goes to third. And now a clutch situation for Sid O'Brien. 2 outs, first and third. Boswell trying to get out of this. Whoa, that counts. I don't know if you can see it. It landed right on the die. And that's a 6-10 right-handed, and he grounds it to short. Cardenas has it. And boy, he throwed that hard to Reese, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left on. It's 2-0 Red Sox. Bottom of the second, Nagy. Here's Reese. And the pitch from Nagy. And that's going to be 3-4. Right-handed, flies to left for Karl. 1 away. Now Greg Nettles. Could say we got a doubleheader today. This afternoon. We got a 5:15 game with our sister station, Steve Aquilon. Here's Greg Nettles now. For 6 left-handed, popped him up to second. And Andrews makes the catch. 2 away for Roseboro. Nagy looks in. The wind-up and the pitch. That's going to be 6-5. Left-handed, it's a drive hit out to center, right center, and it's dropping in. Roseboro comes into second with a double, a 2-out double for Roseboro. Off of Nagy. He really hit that beautifully. And here's Leo Cardenas with 2 outs and Roseboro on second. Nagy now, trying to get out of this. The pitch to Leo. And that's 1-5, and he flies it to left field for Karl. And that will retire the side. So it's no runs. The 2-out double by Roseboro left on. We've gone 2. It's a 2-0 ball game. Mike Andrews to lead it off against Boswell now. Boswell allowed the 2-run home run in the first. He allowed 2 singles in the second, left him on. Andrews with a sacrifice bunt to move O'Brien into second. Then he came home on Karl's home run. Boswell gets the sign. That's 1-9 right-handed, and he grounds it to second for Tovar. 1 away. Here's Karl now. Okay, Boswell, he winds and deals. That's 1-5, and he walked him. And that's one way to pitch to Karl. Don't. So Karl is on, and here's Reginald. Karl a B. Being held 1-9. Here's Reginald now. Or is he being held or not? 1, 2, 3, yes. Yes, he is. Here's Boswell now. The pitch to Smith. That is 5-6, switch hitter batting left. It's a fly to left. And Nettles bags it 2 away, and that little thing I'm doing there with the 1, 2, 3 deciding to hold him or not, a B. An A I'll hold, no problem. Is an experiment, and the 2 uses I've had in this game have been inconsequential because they were held anyway. And then if they're not held, then I can decide if I'm going to go or not. And I can decide cleanly because the decision was not made by me. Just a little rule for B's in my play. So it's 2 outs, Karl on first, and here's Rico now. And this rule can be suspended if I want. I'm going to be playing it indefinitely, and then if it works for me, I'll bring it into the postseason. I have already incorporated the 1, 2, 3 infield in on a sacrifice bunt, 4, 5, 6 infield back. Because what kind of decision are you going to make on that? How can you do both? Decide where the infield is in or out, and whether to sacrifice. I'd rather have the freedom to bunt if I want on offense. Rico now 2 outs. Karl with a short lead off first. Red Sox ahead 2-0. And that's 1-4. And that's a base hit by Rico to right. Karl goes to second. 1-14, 2 outs, 1-16. And a 1-14, well, he'll hold. We don't need that with 2 outs. We need a base hit from Tony. It's very conservative. He does me no good on third. Karl. I mean, sure, a base hit might bring him in, whereas not if he's on second, but we take that chance. Now Boswell from the stretch, trying to get out of this in trouble again in all 3 innings. The pitch to Tony. And that's 1-5, and he struck him out. His second of the game, and the side is out. Boswell gets out of it again. No runs for the Red Sox. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 left. Middle of the third, it's a 2-0 ball game. Here's Nagy now. Nagy. And Boswell to lead it off. Okay, Nagy now. And the pitch to Boswell. That's going to be 3-7, struck him out. First by Nagy today. Here's Uhlander singled and left on. Cesar comes out on deck. That's 1-8, and it's a chopper to first, fielded by Dalton Jones. He'll take it to the bag. 2 away. And here's Tovar. Yeah, Rhodes Scholar, nice recommendation. I need to get to that. Yeah, the super advanced stealing. I will look into that, Rhodes Scholar. That's a very interesting idea. You mean using it for a different purpose? Yeah, I'm gonna look into that if I have the gumption. Okay? And thanks for that recommendation. It's a very, very astute suggestion there. Okay, Tovar facing Nagy. Those with asteroids are held, and those without asteroids are not held necessarily. And then I can roll. That can make it even more realistic. I'm gonna try that maybe next game. So in other words, if Tovar were on, hold on. Yeah, Tovar is up. If he were on, or Tovar were on, he'd be held with that asteroid. So with Oliva, the C, then okay, Killebrew wouldn't. Reese wouldn't. Roseboro would. Okay, so I'd have to look at that. It's very interesting. Here's Tovar now, facing Nagy. That's 6-8 right-handed, walked him. So Tovar's on and he can run. He'll be a 1-15. With Tony coming up. But I'm not going to send him. I just too much good hitting there from Oliva. Here's Nagy now. The pitch to Tony. That's 3-5, and it's hit well into the gap for Tony. It's a double. It might have scored Tovar, but Tovar rounding third. 1-17. That went to center. Whoa, 1-13 with 2 outs. 1-15. Let's look at that again. 1-17, 2 outs, 1-19. Minus Reggie Smith, 4. 1-15. He's coming home. Here's the throw from Smith to get Tovar. And he's safe. Oliva goes to third. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Oliva went to third on the throw. It was a decent throw by Reginald, but not in time as Tovar slid in safely. And that's going to bring up Harmon. 2 outs, Tony on third. Just get a base hit, Harmon. We don't need a home run. It's a 2-1 ball game now. Nagy finally gets hit. Here's the pitch to Killebrew. That's going to be 112 right-handed. Lines it to short, caught by Petroselli. And the side is retired. But a run for the Twins on a walk, a double, and one left on. After 3, it's a 2-1 ball game. I don't know if any of you ever listened to Dodger radio baseball, because they do that with music. It's kind of silly. Well, we're going to head to the top of the 4th here. Middle innings will begin. Dave Boswell will face Dalton Jones. Twins have won 90. They've lost 39. They have an 18.5 game lead over second place Oakland in the West. Red Sox in 3rd with a respectable 9 games over 500, but 25 behind the O's, who are running away. I think they have 95 or 96 wins. I believe they swept today, including a no-hitter by McNally. Yes, 96. Both on par to win over 100 ball games this year. Okay, Jones steps in, Boswell on the mound. Jones flew to left in the 2nd. Here's Boswell now. Been in trouble every inning. That's going to be 2-7 right-handed. Grounds it back to Boswell, and he tosses it underhanded to Reese. 1 out. That's one way to do it. Here's Jerry Moses. And the pitch from Boswell. That's 4-6 right-handed. Struck him out. 3rd for Dave. And Mike Nagy is the batter. So Boswell has a chance here to retire the side in order and get away from the malaise he has thrown in the first 3 innings. Here's Boswell now. The windup and the pitch. Whoa! That counts. And it falls all the way across the kitchen floor. And it's a 1. Ugh. That fell right across. 6-4 right-handed, grounds it to short X. That'll be for Leo, 233. 1-2, base S1, 33 with Leo. 11-12, Leo. That'll be an S1 base hit with 2 outs. Nagy with his 2nd hit of the ball game. So Nagy's on. Here's Sid O'Brien. You know, the tweaking Strat-O-Matic is not a bad idea as long as it's thoughtful and consistent. Okay? You don't do, you got to do it consistently, accurately. Just don't do it sometimes. So you have to decide how you're going to do it. It's Nagy with 2 singles today. He's on first, cracks a base hit with 2 outs. Here's O'Brien now. Let's see if Boswell can get out of this without 2 runners on base. Again. 3-10 right-handed, and that's a drive hit by O'Brien over the left field wall. A 2-run home run. And there's Billy Martin on the phone telling them to get somebody up. A 2-run home run by Sidney O'Brien. He had 9 in real world. Let's look at that again. 310 right-handed, 1-19. Whoa. Sorry, Kathy. I don't decide this shit. That was a roll of the die. And that's number 6 for O'Brien. He had 9 in real world. Okay. Yeah. And that's going to make it a 4-1 ball game. Whew. And there is action in the Twins bullpen. There's a guy by the name of Zepp. He does not have a card, folks. And I might just use him only because I need to do something that's kind of different because I need some kind of excitement. Taking a look at Zepp. Allowed 2 runs, 1 of them earned. Red Sox won this one 7-5. Bill Zepp, Z-E-P-P. He played 3 years in his whole career. He pitched a whopping 5.1 innings this year, his first year. This would be his major league debut. He allowed 6 hits and 4 earned runs, 7 runs in 5 innings with a 6.45 ERA. I think we'll bring Woodson in if needed, of course. Dick Woodson pitched in real world. I think we'll pass on Zepp. And there he is. He's a right-hander. Warming. And here comes Andrews now. Big home run by O'Brien to open it up to a 4-1 ball game. Billy Martin hates pitchers. Hates them. Here's Boswell. And the pitch to Andrews. That's going to be 2-2 right-handed. Flies to left. And under it is Nettles. It's a true story about Martin. And the side is retired. But 2 runs on the home run. There have been 2 2-run home runs. One by Karl in the first, then by O'Brien. And here's Nagy now with a 3-run lead. It'll be Rich Reese, bottom of the 4th. Guy was a pretty severe alcoholic, and he died in a car that crashed. He did have alcohol in his body, a lot of it, but they're not sure. It's disputed whether he was the driver or not. Here's Nagy now. If you look it up, you find something different, let me know. Here's Nagy, the pitch to Reese. That's going to be 6-3 left-handed, and it's a base hit by Reese to lead it off. Twins are not out of this. They have super hitting. And I think he's going to stay with Boswell. Nettles now. Was it Christmas Day? He died on some New York Parkway or something like the BQE, the Brooklyn Queens ago, or something like that. Here's the pitch to Nettles. That's 3-2 right-handed, and there's a base hit up the middle. Reese will go to second and hold, especially on that arm by Reginald. 2 base hits to start it off here for the Twins. In the middle to bottom of the order, here's Roseboro, who doubled. Okay, Nagy from the stretch. The pitch to Roseboro. That's going to be 2-7, and there is a base hit to left. Reese goes to third. He'll hold on Karl, -3. Look at those 2 arms. And Tony is a -2 in right. 3 great arms out in the outfield. He'll hold with nobody out, and here's Leo now. Leo flew to left in the second. Okay, Nagy now. He'll do a full windup here with the bases full. And that's 4-5 right-handed, and he struck him out. Oh, my, was that a big strikeout. And remember, the Twins are going, they've won their division, but, he's going to have Boswell hit. I know that's controversial. It's only the 4th, peoples. We're going to let him hit. And Steve Aqualung has arrived. We were plugging you, Steve. We were saying we're going to finish this game up by 5:15 p.m., preferably sooner, 2:15 in your neck of the woods. And encourage everybody to tune in to that 66 ball game. Boswell now, remember, he's also a 6NR. Very controversial call here, but maybe not. It's only the 4th. Nagy now from the stretch, infield back. Pitch to Nagy, struck him out. Oh, 3 singles with nobody out. And 2 strikeouts, and clutch situation for Ted Eulander. Oh, okay, that must have been a few games ago. Oh, actually, no, that was his last game, yeah. What am I thinking? Okay, here's Nagy now, trying to get out of this. The pitch to Eulander. 5'9", left-handed, grounds it to second. Andrews over to first. And the side is retired. That's a shame. But leave it to Billy Martin to make that decision. I stand by it. No runs, 3 singles to start off the inning, left on base. It's a 4-1 ball game. But Boswell is still in this game. It's not that great. I mean, he's 3.23 ERA. Going for win number 20. And here's Karl now. Boswell has had 2 runners on base every inning, if we include the Yastrzemski home run. Pitch to Karl, 111, and he walked him. It's the 2nd consecutive walk given up to Karl. Karl 1-10, 1-9, being held. No. And he won't go. Here's Boswell. The pitch to Smith. Not being held. 4-7, switch hitter, batting left, struck him out. That's the 4th for Boswell. Oh, he ruined the career of, God, what was his name? David Cloyd, or contributed to it. It's Karl on first, 1 down. Here's Rico now. Steve, Billy Martin hated pitchers. That's according to David Cloyd. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli. And that's going to be 2-8 right-handed. There's a base hit. Oh, my. 2 runners again. First and third, 1 out. This will be it for Boswell with Woodson warming. Not now, but if he continues this inning, the infield is back. They could get a double play. Tony 1 for 2. The pitch from Dave. And that's going to be 1-8. Right back to Boswell, to Tovar at second, and over to Reese, an inning-ending double play. And he saved his ass. Boswell did. We're in the middle of the 5th. It's 4-1. It's not that big a game for the Twins. They're more concerned of the big picture, staying focused game to game. If they happen to be losing one, they're not going to get all messed up about it. Well, here's Nagy and either of the Red Sox, because they have no chance. But everybody wants to win. It's going to be Tovar, Oliva, and Killebrew here in the bottom of the 5th. Nagy on the mound. And the pitch to Tovar. 5-7, there's a base hit to lead it off. So Tovar's on 1-15 with Moses. But he's not going to go. Down by 3. Here's Tony now. I mean, you could. But what a shanda it would be if he were thrown out. Nagy facing Tony, and the pitch. That's 1-10, and he grounds it to first, forcing Tovar. And Oliva's on first, 1 out. Here's Harmon. Can bring the Twins right back into this ball game. Nagy now. And the pitch. That's 2-8. He walked them. So it's first and second, 1 out, and Rich Reese is the batter. Reese 1 for 2. He led off with a single last inning. They had 3 consecutive singles left on. Cardenas struck out, and then Boswell did come up, and he struck out. And then Ulander grounded out to retire the side. Here's the pitch to Reese. 1-7, struck him out. 2 away. And Nettles. Clutch situation. Here's Nagy now. That's going to be 5-10 left-handed. Grounds it to third for O'Brien, 432. That's a 1-4 S2 on a 32 at third. I was thinking of moving to advanced, Steve, on the fielding, but we'll see. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 on a 32. That is going to be a base hit for Nettles. Let's check that out in S2. Whoa. And Oliva scores. Killebrew goes to third. But that's a big run there for the Twins to make it a 4-2 ball game. Clutch base hit for Nettles, and here's Roseboro. Left-handed hitter. Roseboro 2 for 2, a double and a single. The pitch from Nagy. That's going to be 3-6, and he grounds it to second, no one being held, and the side is retired. But a run on 2 hits, a walk, and 2 left. We've gone 5, it's 4-1, 4-2, Boston over Minnesota. Well, Dave Boswell has had at least 2 base runners every inning, and the result has been 4 runs in 5 innings. His endurance is the 7th. I think that Martin is keeping him in here to spite him because he hates all pitchers. It's going to be Dalton Jones leading it off. That's 6-8 left-handed, and that's a double down the line off Boswell. And here's Jerry Moses now. Oh, God. Moses. 5-7 right-handed struck him out. And here's Nagy, 2 for 2. That's 1-2, lines it to short, and Jones off the bag. And it's a double play. And that will retire the side. That's the first time he hasn't had 2 base runners. No runs, 1 hit, none left. We encourage you to join Steve Aqualung. He's in the live chat at 5:15 p.m. Eastern, 2:15 p.m. Western. For his ball game. Oh my, yeah. 1966, Detroit at Boston. Should be very interesting. That 66 Tiger team has a lot of the Tigers that many of you may know of from my replay. Bottom of the 6th, Nagy now. His first endurance is the 7th, Boswell the 7th. Here's Leo to lead it off. That's 1-8, and he struck him out. Nagy really pitching pretty decent baseball, and Boswell will hit. He struck out twice. Here's Nagy. That's 1-8, and he grounds it to second for Andrews. Over to Jones, 2 outs. And here's Eulander. Said 1 for 3. That's 3-7 right-handed. Fly ball center field. This should end the inning. Smith under it. And there's a 1-2-3 for Nagy. We've gone 6. It's 4-2 Boston. Top of the 7th. We'll take a 7th inning stretch break of about 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Sid O'Brien hit a home run in the 4th, a 2-run blast. Scoring has been another 2-run home run by Karl in the 1st with O'Brien on. Nagy was on in the 4th for O'Brien. Indeed. And here's Boswell in his first endurance inning. The pitch to O'Brien. That's 1-6, and he grounds it to short. Leo over to Reese, 1 away. And wait for another couple games, folks, 2 or 3 games. And Rodney Carew comes back. He's been out with a bad fracture. And he's a great hitter and a great addition, like they need it, to this Twins ball club. It's 1 out, nobody on. Andrews at the plate. Here's the pitch. 3-6. And that's a liner to short, caught by Leo. 2 outs. And here's Karl. 2-run homer in the 1st and walked twice by Boswell. And the pitch to Karl. That's going to be 6-8. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. It's carrying, and Eulander runs it out home and makes the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 for Boswell. Finally. We've gone 6.5 here at Minneapolis. It's Boston 2, Minnesota 2. August 30 in our 1969 replay, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're in Minneapolis. Twins, the heart of the order. With any luck, they'll come up again in the 9th. Meanwhile, Mike Nagy is standing in their way of a W. They're down by 2. Here's Tovar to lead it off. Okay, Nagy is ready. The pitch to Tovar. That's going to be 3-9 right-handed. Grounds it to short. And Rico has it, throws it over to Jones. It's one away. And here's Tony Oliva. Oliva and Killebrew now with 1 out. Nagy into his windup. That's 2-9. Oh, he grounds it to second. And Andrews throws him out. So Nagy's hitting all the right spots here against the Twins. He's allowed 2 runs in 6 2/3. And here's Harmon now. Grounded into a double, popped to short and walked. Okay, Nagy now. And the pitch to Harmon. That's 1-6, and he walked him. Again, that's a way to pitch to Killebrew. And here comes Rich Reese, who has power. Nagy from the stretch. And the pitch to Reese. That's 6-2 left-handed, fly ball left X. And look at that, that's for Karl, a 1-5. It's an F3 and Karl's a 5. That's going to be 6-9-10, 5-10. And he makes the catch. And the side is retired. So the heart of the order is stopped. We've gone 7. It's a 4-2 ball game. Again, don't miss Steve Aquilong, 1956. His name is in the text. And he's got a ball game in less than an hour on his channel. 1966 variety. Detroit at Boston. It'll be at Fenway, a very nice, cozy Fenway ball game. And lots of the stars from both of those clubs that are in our 69 replay, I imagine, will be there, including Dick McAuliffe, who broke his wrist. I don't know if he broke it or what in real world, but he played in April and part of May, and then he's been out ever since for the Tigers. He only had 200-something at-bats. He'll probably come in late September, mid to late September for a bit more. I used to like McAuliffe. Top of the 8th. We're going to squeeze this game in before Aqualung. Smith 0 for 3. 5-11, switch hitter, batting left. It's a base hit off Boswell. This is Boswell's second endurance inning. Here's Rico now. And that's 5-10, right-handed, flies it to left. Nettles makes the catch. Smith holds. And here's Tony. And that's 4-6 right-handed, struck him out. Boswell with his 6th strikeout for Dalton Jones. 5-4 left-handed, catcher X. That'll be Moses. A 4-6. He's an E6. That'll be 5-9-10 E6. And that gets by, I'm sorry, that's Roseboro. I am so sorry. Shit. That's Jones. It's the same thing. Wait a minute. Same thing. It gets by Smith, Roseboro. And Smith goes to second. And Jones is still at the plate. It's inexcusable if you know, at this point. Here's Moses now. Two 5. And it's a base hit. Smith comes home. And add insult to injury. It's a 5-2 ball game. Here's Moses. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm all fucked up now. That was Jones, 2-5. He struck him out. And the side is retired. I made a mistake. Yeah. He struck him out. Excuse us. It's a messed up game, I'll tell you that. Head to the bottom of the 8th. I'll put that in once it dries. He struck out. I'll put it right here. Here's Nagy now, bottom of the 8th. Nettles. 2-6. Grounds it to first, 1 away. Here's Roseboro. Nagy's been tough today. Even when he's been into trouble. 6-8. Left-handed, walked him. Well, it's 5-2. Here's Leo Cardenas. I don't see Boswell coming out. Here's Nagy. That's 2-5, and he struck him out. Number 6 for Nagy, and there will be a hitter for Boswell. He pitched 7. Nine hits. Walked 2, struck out 7, allowed 4. Yeah, it's only a 4. Yeah, because that was a strikeout. It's not a 5-2 game. Yeah, 4-2. Woodson will come in to pitch the top of the 9th. There's going to be a hitter here with 2 down. Never say die. You need a good one. They don't have a great bench. They really don't. God. They don't frickin' have anybody. Oh, you got Mitterwald. It'll be George Mitterwald. Not much of a bench there. But you have one if Carew is back. Then you have Tovar. Sometimes he plays. Sometimes he plays third and Killebrew plays first. Sometimes he's in the outfield. But not today. Here's Mitterwald with 2 outs and Roseboro on first. The pitch from Nagy. That's 5-8 right-handed, grounds it to second. Andrews 224. G1 24. That's 10-15 24. That'll be a clean G1. And the side is retired. He throws him out. We're heading to the 9th. New pitcher now, Dick Woodson. Gives me a chance to take a whiff. Takes me a chance to take a whiff of something really, really sweet. Don't forget, Detroit at Boston on Steve Aqualung. You can find his channel through the live text. And if you pop in, Steve, that would help. Because sometimes it goes away for a while. There we go. There's Steve Aqualung. 1966 replay, early on. Gives you a chance to learn a lot about the teams back then and the players, how markedly they differ from 3 years apart, and how remarkably similar they are in ways. Indeed. Oh. Oh. Here's Moses. 2 lead it off. Top of the ninth. Red Sox lead by 2. If you're looking ahead, they will get a chance. The Twins, top of the order. Next inning. Ooh. Moses 0 for 3. And that's going to be 4-2 right-handed. Walked him. And here comes Nagy. He's a B bunter. Believe it or not, he's going to lay it down. I got to follow both teams. Infield back, it's a 6, it's good. Thrown out by the third baseman. And you see that they got a runner in scoring position again. Here's Sid O'Brien now. O'Brien 2 for 4, a single, scored on Yaz's home run, homered, and brought home Nagy, who singled. Here's Woodson now. And that's 3-9 right-handed. It's hit well by O'Brien. And he's going to do it again. Another 2-run home run by Sidney. Let's take a frickin' peek at that again. It makes me feel a little better now. So any decision I made for Minnesota to no avail. A 2-run home run by O'Brien, his 7th of the season. Let's look at that again, a gander at that. 3-9, home run 1-18, it's a 12. So that speaks for itself here. O'Brien with number 7. And when it rains, it pours. One out, nobody on. Here's Andrews. .6'9", right-handed, struck him out. And now Karl. So they get 2 extra runs here. It's a 6-2 ball game. Here's the pitch to Karl. Maybe he ought to get another 2-run home run. And that's 4-8 left-handed. It's just going to be a base hit. A 2-out single. Karl is on. Not being held. Here's Reginald. And that's going to be 5-8, switch hitter batting left, flies it to center. And Uhlander hauls it down. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. 3 2-run home runs by the Boston Red Sox. It has made the difference, along with the pitching of Mike Nagy, who's going for his 10th win. And it's going to be the top of the order. I believe that the Twins have it in them to do this. It'll be Uhlander, Tovar, and Oliva. And if they have any chance at all, it'll be Killebrew and Reese, a 300 hitter in real world. And all 5 of them need to come home. It's a tall order. But again, the Twins have already won 90 games. They just need to stay focused. Here's Nagy now. And the pitch to Uhlander. That's 2-4, and he grounds it to short for Rico. And that's one away. So that's not the way they want to do it. Here's Tovar. Tovar, 2 for 3, a walk and scored. A typical Tovar kind of game. Nagy winds and deals. 6-6 right-handed, and there's a base hit by Cesar, his second of the ball game. Here's Tony now. Nagy from the stretch now. The pitch to Oliva. And that's going to be 5-6 left-handed, and he walked him. So it's first and second. Again, Twins down by 4. It's a 6-2 ball game. Down by 4. Reese on deck, and here's Harmon. Now, Harmon, whatever you do, don't ground into a double, man. Freaking hit that ball. Here's Nagy now. And the pitch to Harmon. Whoa, that's 1-4, and he walked him. He loaded the bases. And Nagy has reached fatigue. Whoa. Whoa. Nagy is being pulled. Rich Reese is coming up, but I got to tell you something. He's a left-handed hitter. Lyle is a left-handed pitcher, but conventional wisdom would say that would favor Lyle, but he's got better power, Rich Reese, against left-handers. I don't like to analyze these because I want to use them as we might think, but just saying it's going to be a big matchup here. Nagy is pulled by Williams. He is the winner of record. And Lyle is coming in, chomping on tobacco. And Lyle is coming in from the bullpen. He is not eligible for a save, but he sure is going to try to close this out. Lyle taking his warm-ups here in the bottom of the ninth to close it out. Nagy ran out of elephant juice. Fuck those Red Sox, indeed. Here's Lyle now. Nagy has allowed 2 runs, but he's loaded them up with 1 out. And here's Rich Reese now. In real world, 322 with 419 at bats, 16 homers, 69 knocked in. I think that tells you a lot about him. And it sure isn't important in a relatively meaningless ball game, but we ascribe meaning for enjoyment purposes. Fuck them and the horses they rode in on and the whole cavalry behind it. I think Ron McGrath said it all. I think Rich said it all. Folks, in about a half an hour, and we will suspend this game so as not to interfere with Steve Aquilung if necessary, but that's a long shot. It's 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Bases full. Reese the tying run at the plate, and Reese steps in. Whoa. Fasten your seatbelts, everybody. This will be lefty-lefty. Lyle in for Nagy. He's going to do a full wind-up. And the pitch from Lyle. That's 2-2. And he flies it to right. That'll bring in at least a run. Tovar scores. He tags up. And that's going to make it a 6-3 ball game. And here comes another left-hand hitter, Greg Nettles. And darn it, look at that. Lyle got some whiteout on him. We're okay as long as we can see that 411 against right-handers is the center. We're in good shape. That's beautiful. And we can tell that's 1-8 because the line out 9-20. So that's a beautiful little thing. Steve Aquilung, we asked him to show himself in live chat. Please go subscribe to him if you like Strat-O-Matic. That's what I did. And he broadcasts a very, very lively and informative and enjoyable ball game. And I'm enjoying seeing these 66 ball players. Okay, Lyle now. Nettles will hit. They don't have anybody on the bench who can do anything. So it's a long shot here. From the stretch, Lyle. And the pitch to Nettles. That's going to be 4-2 left-handed, and he struck him out. And the ball game is over. Well, that just about does it here from Minneapolis at the Municipal Stadium. It was an interesting ball game. Red Sox got ahead on a 2-run blast by Karl. It was 2-1 after 3. And then in the top of the 4th, O'Brien hit a 2-run home run. It was a 4-1 ball game. Twins came back with another run in the 5th. It was 4-2 all the way. And in the top of the 9th, off Woodson, O'Brien connected for his second home run of the ball game. Actually, he had 4 runs batted in. And that would be 4, 5, 6. There's no run batted in here. Somehow that's an error of commission. Thank you, Kathy Harden. And check it out, Kathy, if you're interested. Steve. It's a very, very, it's almost like a relaxation session. So I'll catch you all later. I say to everybody, I was just thinking about this when I was out before, try to stay strong, Jeff. And hang in there, and tomorrow will be another day. Take care, everybody. Nagy pitched very good baseball, no doubt about it. Let's not take that away from Nagy. And of course, Lyle came in and mowed him down. This has been a production of the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. I'm Jeffrey Guterman. Thank you so much for hanging with me. It means a lot. I enjoy it. I do this because I get a sense of companionship and fun with others by doing it. Our next game on the schedule, which might be tomorrow morning. I didn't have it in me this morning to do one, but this is another snoozer. The Mets and the Giants will come up after this game. So we have a snoozer, the Mets and Giants, and then another snoozer, A's and Senators. Tomorrow, though, it'll be the Royals at the Yankees. Well, at least it's Yankee Stadium. Can always appreciate that. It'll be Drago for Kansas City and Bonson for the Yankees. I always thought, and nothing against him, but I thought he was a boring pitcher. Bonson. You know, at least Peterson had some sort of personality. And Stottlemyre was Stottlemyre. Bonson and I forgot who else there was. Both put my feet to sleep. Anyway, I'll catch you all later.